After years of uncertainty, Air India, India's national airline, is having a new start with new parent company Tata Sons. Since completing its transition to become a private entity earlier this year, the airline has been making major changes and plans to support its future growth plans. As part of its growth plans, the airline is planning to make major aircraft purchases. And to support the airline's growth of its fleet, Air India will be keeping some of their pilots well past the regular retirement age. Since completing the transition to become a private entity under Tata Sons earlier this year, Air India has been positioning itself for major changes. One of the major changes that was recently made was the introduction of a new CEO and managing director, Campbell Wilson, who happens to be an aviation veteran who previously served as the CEO of Singapore Airlines budget subsidiary Scoot. Going forward, the airline also has plans to order up to 300 wide-body and narrow-body aircraft. Among the aircraft that is not confirmed but has been reported to be part of this is the Airbus A350. While a leading candidate for a wide-body aircraft order has been named, so far there has been no reports of the choice for narrow-body aircraft. With up to 300 aircraft potentially coming to the Air India fleet within the next few years, this will require the airline to have a large number of pilots. And to support this growth of the fleet, Air India is looking for experience within its existing roster of pilots. Recently, it has been reported on outlets such as the Times of India that Air India will be offering select pilots who are approaching the retirement age of 58 to continue working up to the age of 65. The pilots who will be selected to be able to work past the age of retirement of 58 will undergo a screening process with the basis that the selected pilots will have an impeccable safety and disciplinary record. The selection process will be overseen by a committee with representatives of several departments of the airline, including human resources, operations, and flight safety, to evaluate the pilots who will be retiring within the next few years. They will be in charge of reviewing the pilots' past records and will come up with a short list of the names to issue the selected pilots the post-retirement contracts, which will last initially up to 5 years, bringing the age of their service up to age 63. With a letter of intent for their post-retirement engagement, after the 5 years is completed, another review of the pilot's performance will be considered for another extension, this time for a 2-year extension, bringing up to the final retirement age of 65. Now, to note, this age of retirement, age 65 for pilots, is not uncommon in the aviation industry, as some airlines in the world are now allowing it. It also happens to be allowed per the guidelines of India's Director General of Civil Aviation, though so far until now Air India has not changed the age of retirement for pilots, which for the most part is still 58. Now it seems that with this extension for select pilots, they will be able to fly well into the 60s as part of the expansion of Air India. After overcoming the challenges brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic, Air India, along with other airlines, are back to making aircraft orders and expansion plans. In Air India's case in particular, it's making this plan to accommodate the growth with experienced pilots with the airline. This would also complement the new pilot training and recruiting, with the new pilots probably will be brought in and trained part of a long-term future, and they will likely gain good experiences with their older experienced pilots before the reins of the future are handed to them. What are your thoughts on Air India's plans to offer select pilots the ability to work well into their 60s? I definitely would love to hear your take though. In the meantime, this has been Flights in Asia, highlighting the news and updates from the aviation and travel scene in Asia Pacific. For more of the latest updates, you can check out the website at www.flightsinasia.com. In the meantime, again, thank you for watching and have a great day.